Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Alla and today's video is a special one. I received quite a few nice comments from you guys about that I have a nice handwriting, what is very nice of you, and I was very glad to receive those comments. And I think I have an answer why it is like this, and I believe that this is a matter of training and each of us can train some more calligraphic way of writing or drawing, what could be very helpful in our sketches or our paintings. In this video, I want to show you my top 10 favorite hand training exercises for excellent handwriting and draw of the sketches. Those exercises are perfect for improving precision and control in your lines. I received those exercises quite a while ago from my teacher in painting school. She showed us a YouTube channel called Olga Sorokina, and the videos from her painting school give a lot of exercises for our drawing lessons back in times. So I want to thank her for giving for this video first place inspiration, and also give a credit for all the exercises that you see in this video. The final result you can see on the screen. But for now we will do everything step by step, so no rush, and let's dive in. Let's start with the simple but effective exercise, drawing parallel lines. The goal is to keep the spacing between the lines the same and also trying to do the lines of the same size. You can begin with short or long lines, it's up to you, but try drawing them in different directions, vertical, horizontal, diagonal. To make it more challenging, imagine a rectangle and fit it entirely with parallel lines. Relax your hand while you're drawing. Don't grip the pen too tightly and don't hold your breath. A relaxed state leads to smoother and more controlled lines. If your first try isn't perfect, it's totally okay. Repeat the exercise daily or weekly, and in a month you will see a huge progress in controlling of your line. Next up, we are drawing smooth loops, lines with flowing curves. Here, the challenge is the same as in the previous exercise. Don't lift your hand from the paper while you're drawing and aim to keep the spacing between the loops consistent. This may feel tricky at first, but stick with it. It's fantastic for building hand control. Feel free to get creative with the shapes of your loops. Personally, they remind me of my motifs, but you can create whatever patterns you like. For this exercise number 3, we are drawing rotating squares. Draw a square and then tilt the next one at the different angle. Keep all the squares the same size no matter how they are rotated. This exercise is not only great for your hand, but also for your brain. It's like a morning workout for your creativity. Honestly, it's even better than the cup of coffee. Trying to keep those rectangles the same square it's really challenging, and then I was doing this at first, it drives me crazy. But with the time, you just get used to it, and even if you doodle something during some conversation on a phone or during you watch the movie, you get used to it, and this was the process for me at least. More advanced version of the exercise with the square could be drawing of the more complicated features, but still with the angle of 90 degrees. Try to do them all the same. Now, let's tackle circles and ovals. This is a little bit tricky, and they're harder than rectangles because you need to draw them in one smooth motion that I still mastering myself, to be honest, especially with the circles. Start with ovals if circles feels too difficult, and aim for consistent sizes. Here at first I drive the similar size of the ovals, but then I trained my hand enough. I tried to do also the same with the circles, which feels much more difficult for me for sure. With practice, this will help you to create clean and confident lines. And here we are for exercise 6. For this exercise, we will divide a rectangle into equal parts. Start by dividing it in a half. Then divide each half into quarters, then eighths, and so on. You can also try this with a straight line, horizontal, vertical, or angled. It is a simple exercise but is amazing for building precision. And now we are moving to the exercise 7. Quite similar one to the last exercise, but now we will divide shapes into odd parts. For example, draw a rectangle on your page and split it into thirds. Then divide each section into thirds again. You can challenge yourself by dividing into 5 or 7 parts. It's a bit harder, but it's worth the effort. And it's much harder than to divide into half, to be honest. For me, I'm still struggling with this one. Exercise 8, I call it a hypnotic squares because you will see the results and why I call it so. This one, probably my favorite exercise. It's super effective and visually satisfying. Start with the square and divide each side into equal segments, equal 4 segments. Connect those segments to draw a smaller square inside the first one, slightly rotated. Repeat the process, creating smaller and smaller squares. With each size, you can see if you draw or divide your previous square right, because you cannot create the right size of the rectangle if you divide it not so well. But it feels tough at first, but don't worry, practice makes perfection. And this exercise is a powerful tool for shaping your skills. At least we have a satisfying shape, and you can repeat it again and again for your doodles. And exercise number 9, to draw circles in the shape of the cube. This is a fun one, and reminds me the lectures of drawing and the school. Then you was trying to draw all these cups and bottles for your composition, but it's a kind of simplified version of it. We need to draw a cube and add a kind of circles inside of it with the understanding of the perspective of it. Because you can imagine the circle inside of the normal square, but now try to put it on the cube. For making it more realistic, try placing the shapes in the perspective. For me, I didn't do it already for such a long time, so you can see that I'm even struggling with the simplest shapes, but it's very helpful to understand how to place some figures inside of your space in the paper. And okay, here we are. This was 9 exercises, and while I'm writing the exercise for your handwriting on the paper with the marker, I want to make a final quick tip for the exercise 10. And this is the exercise that goes straight forward from calligraphy classes. And this is exactly the drawing a figure 8 shape, as I draw it after all handwriting, and you will see it in a while. With each loop, make it slightly smaller, creating a triangular spiral. This is a brilliant exercise for improving hand control and precision. This is also incredibly satisfying to watch the final shape come together. And that's it. My top 10 hand training exercises. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Maybe also the most challenging one. I will be glad if you share it with me. If you want to learn more for sketches or also following my artistic journey, please subscribe to this channel and see you in the next videos. See you soon. Bye.